Hi, I'm Paul Basolga, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivymasters.com, and today we're going to look at the 14th question from the Linear Digital SAT Test 1 Module 1 Math, and it reads, what is one of the solutions to the given equation? So you might recognize this as a quadratic. Anytime you're in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, you've got to factor using two parentheses. And how do you get your first element in each of them? Take the square root of the first term. So the square root of z squared is z. I'm going to put the little line there so you know that it's a z and not a 2. What do your signs have to be? You look here. If it's positive, it's got to be plus plus or minus minus depending on the middle number. Here it's negative, so it's got to be positive and negative. And then you look to the b and you see that it's positive, so you know the bigger number has to be positive. Now, I'm going to give you a general rule here, which turns out not to be true for this one. There's an exception to just about every rule on SAT. When I'm going to factor the negative 24, usually you'll get that factor faster if you think, hey, what's a square root, and then work down from there, instead of doing 1 and 24 and 2 and 12, and it turns out 2 and 12 is right. But what do I mean by taking the square root and working down? What I mean is square root of 24, it's about 5, so you work down from 5. And 4 goes in 6 times. And we said the bigger number's got to be positive, so it would be negative 4 and positive 6, but that adds to give you 2, not 10. And then you do negative 3 and positive 8, that adds to give you 5, not 10. And then you do negative 2 and a positive 12. And that multiplies to give you 24 and adds to give you 10. So those are the numbers. So it's plus 12 and minus 2. Keep in mind this is set equal to 0. So now what we got to do is z plus 12 equals 0 and z minus 2 equals 0. And then I subtract 12, and I add 2, and I add 2. And this cancels and that cancels. And I've got z equals negative 12, and I've got z equals 2. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has difficulty factoring quadratics. Is there any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT? Leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. I'm forgetting to show you the Desmos solution, which here we could just use x since we'll have an x and y axis. But it's x squared plus 10x minus 24. Let me get my Desmos up. It's x, I could use my keyboard down here. So it's x squared plus 10x plus 24. And so, nope, it's minus 24. My bad. So it's minus 24. And there you can see that your intercepts, when you're solving a system of equations, it's actually your x-intercepts. So it's negative 12 and positive 2, just like we saw in our paint. Have a great day.